He's taken on the Force and he's gone boldly where no one has gone before. But now J.J. Abrams is taking us back to World War II for a supernatural thriller. I'm Hector Navarro, and this is Screen Junkies News. Hey Internet, Variety reported that late yesterday, J.J. Abrams and his Bad Robot Productions are taking on World War II. They've tapped son-of-a-gun director Julius Avery to take on a new film project they are calling Overlord, based in an idea that J.J. came up with along with Billy Ray, who wrote the script. Billy Ray, fantastic screenwriter. Here's what we know about the story. It's World War II. D-Day, and two paratroopers get caught behind enemy lines when their plane crashes. But wait, there's more! Once they get to their target, they realize that they must also combat supernatural forces resulting from a secret Nazi experiment. Here to tell us why this is the most awesome idea ever are Dan Murrell and Jay Washington. Guys, thank you so much for being here.
Don't you ever do that again.
No, real bad?
But wait, there's more.
Okay, never again. Let's just get right into this, guys. Dan, question for you.
Yes.
J.J. Abrams is known for these nostalgia films, Force Awakens, Super 8, elements of Star Trek, certainly. And I want to ask you, is this his take? Is this his Indiana Jones?
Wow, that's a great question. I mean, you know, he's going to be producing it, so
Okay.
you know, I think he always lets in things that he produces, he always lets the directors put their own imprint on it.
Sure.
I think that this sounds like a really interesting idea. The one that I'm actually more excited about than J.J. Abrams producing it is Billy Ray writing it.
Billy Ray.
because-
In case people don't know who Billy Ray is, not to be confused with Billy Ray Cyrus.
Not Billy Ray
Billy Ray,
Cyrus.
the screenwriter. What are some of his credits?
If you watch Screen Junkies and you see me on practically any show, I'm always talking about this movie Shattered Glass that I love. Shattered Glass stars Hayden Christensen. I know, trust me, it's really good. Billy Ray
And you just
wrote.
lost half the internet, but keep going.
Billy
keep
Ray
going.
wrote that movie. He
Yeah.
wrote another great movie called Breach that was about with Chris Cooper that was about leaking FBI files. He's also written some blockbusters. He wrote the first Hunger Games movie.
Sure.
So he's done a lot of different
Revenant,
things.
right?
No.
Yeah.
He took a pass on The Revenant?
No, that was Mark L. Smith who did the
Mark L.
Revenant.
Smith.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you. That's
Captain
right,
Phillips,
Jay.
though.
Captain Phillips.
Captain
he wrote it.
Phillips.
Yeah, Billy
Yeah.
Ray is a really talented screenwriter, and I'm very excited to see him, and especially in conjunction with J.J. Abrams, who I think is also comes up with great ideas. I think you have a great ideas man and a talented screenwriter
Agreed.
together. This could be really cool.
JJ's a fantastic idea
That's
man.
a good formula right there.
Absolutely. Question for you, Jay. What do you think is this supernatural threat? What do you think the idea is behind this idea man concept?
I mean, it's a great concept. We've always heard history teaches us, like actual history has shown that Nazis in Germany were conducting all type of experiments. So you could have hybrid creatures.
Sure.
You could have mutant soldiers. You could have somehow an otherworldly thing. You don't know what you could have. The door is
Adolf
open
Hitler
for that.
loved the occult.
He loved the occult.
true, yeah.
So the door is open for a lot of what this can be. To try to give it and narrow it down, it's really kind of difficult because I feel like you'll limit the film.
Right.
If you say exactly, oh, it's just these type of creatures or it's just these type of soldiers, you limit that automatically. But the fact you know that the parameters are wide open for what this could be.
Absolutely. Listen, J.J. Abrams and Bad Robot, they've produced the Cloverfield anthology series so far, and they're genre movies, but they're not just there's something different. The first Cloverfield was a kaiju film, but something a little different.
Right.
10 Cloverfield Lane was, I don't want to give it away, but it's something a little different. It was fantastic. It's phenomenal. Is there a possibility that this might get tacked onto the Cloverfield anthology series? That
As
this
like
could
a
be
prequel?
something? I mean, listen, it could be related. It could not. The movie Cloverfield and 10 Cloverfield Lane, again, I don't want to give
Right.
anything away from 10 Cloverfield Lane, not really related other than just in name only. What I'm saying is, can this be something that this is a sort of a high concept sci-fi thing, but it's being treated as something else? This is a World War II.
You're saying this could be Cloverlord instead of
Could be
Overlord.
Overlord. Could be Cloverlord, Dan.
Yeah.
Could be Cloverlord. Is this something that is going to stand alone as its own project? We're going to get a big sort of push behind this, or do you think that this will be folded into the sort of like Cloverfield, where we're going to get a trailer, we think it's World War II, and then right at the end there's some kind of a sci-fi, supernatural something, and then they hit us with something, Cloverfield, something.
Well, there's another movie that came out fairly recently that I think kind of owned that kind of twist at the end. So I don't want to say which one, but I think that would seem a little derivative right now if you were going to do that.
Okay.
As somebody who feels as if Hollywood is quite well stocked on shared universes, I'm perfectly fine with a standalone movie. I like standalone movies every once in a while.
Yeah.
They're very nice.
This could be, I have no problem with a World War II type movie being standalone.
Yeah.
Just let it be what it is.
Absolutely.
Let it it doesn't have to have it doesn't have to lead up to any sequels or set you back like, yo, what happened here? This can be its own standalone and be done with it.
Yeah.
It already says it's set D-Day.
That's it.
You know, it's set then. We don't need any, what happened after this? The 2 hours or whatever we get for the film will tell you what it is.
And coming from J.J. Abrams, like you said, Dan, a fantastic idea, man. I could not agree with that more. I think that's what we're going to end up getting. Okay, last question for you guys, a real simple one, and to you, the internet. Are you going to watch the fuck out of this movie?
You could say it any harder, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Said how you really felt.
If it's good, yeah.
I mean, trailers can be one thing. I mean, but again, we got Billy Ray, J.J. Abrams, so we know we're going to have a good script. We're going to have a good dialogue. It's going to have a good flow to it.
Not to mention new director, kind of up-and-coming director, Julius Avery.
Up-and-coming director,
Julius
Julius
film,
Avery.
Son of a Gun, I haven't seen yet, but it looked fantastic.
Looks
and
fantastic.
It's been really well received.
We both watched.
Yeah.
You had Mark L. Smith, who wrote The Revenant, who did a revision of the original script.
Sure.
So if you know his work, you saw The Revenant, you're like, okay, so somebody who has a good eye for things as well put his stamp on it. So again, I would watch this without any hesitation. I would sit there and say, you know what? Let me give this movie a shot. I don't know if I'm going in to see something that's just going to be a sci-fi massacre, something that's going to be World War until the end. It can be a good hodgepodge of both. I want to see that.
JJ has always modeled himself after Steven Spielberg. He hasn't made any bones about the fact that that's the career that he does.
Yeah.
And people forget Steven Spielberg in the 80s, wonderful director, but had a golden touch as a producer, Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Back to the Future and so many other movies.
Come on.
So, if he wants to replicate that career, these are the kind of projects he's going to have to get involved in and really shepherd through are great projects that he's shepherds through production, but that he can also guide another creative team to do.
There you go. Also, J.J. Abrams also a producer on the Westworld series. It was a huge hit this past year. So there you have it, guys. But we want to know from you, the internet. Let us know, guys. Give us your take on what kind of supernatural threat we're dealing with here. Is it, like Jay was saying, is it something you want to narrow it down to something like zombies, extra-dimensional beings, mutant creatures, whatever it is, or do we want to leave it a little bit more open-ended? Give us your best pitch. We want to know what you think, what you're excited about, what you could really be into as the supernatural threat in the movie Overlord. You guys can always be clicking right here for a bunch of videos. We've got them every single day. We're Screen Junkies News. That's what we're here for. Big thanks to Jay and Dan for being here on the panel, guys. Big thanks.
Thank you.
All right, awesome. And I'm Hector Navarro. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.